Are you recording? All right, cool. So let's get to the situation over here. Driving. Bam! All of a sudden, we find a nail in the side wall of the tire. Big puncture wound. No big deal. I'm like driving by. I'm like, oh, there's something like going on. I don't know exactly what it is. So I'm like, whatever. Pick up my little bro, and I'm like, we should probably stop. So I take a look. Tire is completely flat. So we got to do a little tire change over here. So right now we got the jack under, and we are twisted away. Oh.
No.
Get some good views here. Get some views, yo. All right, so we're jacking the tire right now. I got the jack under the car itself. Tire's coming up. You can kind of see it, like right around there's a little air gap. So I'm just gonna jack it up a little bit more, just so that we can have some space to work with. And then next step would be taking off some of those lug nuts. All right, so let's see that. All right, so we got the tire up off the ground. Maybe I could, oh, this tire is like totally flat. You can totally see that. Got some separation. Want to make sure, it's about to thunderstorm too. That's the best part about this, right? So it's like, you gotta make sure the timing works. So I just want to make sure that I have enough space to actually get the spare on. So I need to jack this up even higher, just so that the spare has ample room. So it's a fun little process. Pretty humid out today, but I'm really grateful for this opportunity to show that I know how to change a tire. I think it's something that every man should know how to do. Anyways, all right. So it's jacking up a little bit higher. I'm gonna go just a touch higher. You never really want to go super high on this because that always gives you the opportunity for the whole thing to fall. But let's see what we got. Shout out to levers, right? What would you do without a lever? All right, so I think we're at a good enough height for this right now. Seems like it, and the trees are rustling. Right now, we are at the calm before the storm. So, gotta make this shit happen. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. So the thing with this is you want to untighten them. Wait, left, yeah. You want to untighten them one at a time before taking them all off. You got to do it in a star pattern. At least this is what I see all the mechanics do. I'm no mechanic myself, but let's see. All right, so the tire's like moving now, which is all good. Left. Go this way. Just say on when it's on.
Yeah. It's on.
All right, so rain started coming down. Got two of the bolts loosened. Working on the third one. Boom, there's number 3 loosened. So again, we're doing this triangle fashion. 1, 2, 3, 4, or star fashion. Here's number 4. It's a race. Me versus the rain. Brittany has her thing. Me against the music. Akash INTI. Akash INTI versus the rain. Or me against the rain. Alright, so there's number 4. That's fine. We got the whole little umbrella thing going on here. Hashtag Watching Hills Warriors. We are warriors. And then working on number 5 right now to loosen up. I think that one's good. Here's number 5. All right, so boom, there we go. All right, so now we go back to the number 1. We just start loosening these babies up. Let's back up on the jack. Let me hire that jack once again, just so I put it on the ground to create some friction. Righty tighty. So you can kind of see it going up. Just a touch. There we go. Nice. There's the alarm. Emergency evacuations. Nah, I think that's when they like spot like thunder and lightning in the area. I remember I used to hear that as a kid and I always wondered like, what is that thing? And I guess for the longest time, I didn't really know, which is cool. As a kid, you kind of don't know a lot of things most of the time. And even as an adult, you don't really know a lot of things a lot of the time. Like the example, changing this tire. It's like, oh yeah, I get the general idea. Have I done it before? No, but there's a first time for everything. All right, so I think we're right about there. All right, so the tire's off the ground enough such that we got some like air separation here. I'm comfortable really taking these babies off now. So let's go. So we just gotta get the lug nuts off. NBD. For those of you guys who don't know what NBD means, that's lingo that the kids use. No big deal. All right, first lug nuts off. Second one. Round and round we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. All right, number 2 is just about off. Actually, the rain is so nice right now because it was super hot today. And again, we do this in a star pattern. And again, I'm no mechanic, right? But I've just picked up like what mechanics do over time, right? So I might have the look of a mechanic and you might be thinking, oh my gosh, you're not a mechanic? You seem like a professional mechanic. Well, let me tell you, I know I do. That's why I could probably be your mechanic if you wanted me to. But anyways, yeah, I just noticed people doing the whole star pattern thing, so that's kind of where I picked that up. Number 4 is off. We're going for lucky number 5. Let's see. And shout out to my brilliant cameraman over here. He's taking one for the team. All right, so we got all of these off. Boom. We got the tire off. And we're gonna send it down the hill towards the church. No, don't do that, guys. Do not litter. Plane overhead. All right, so now we gotta get our tire on. I'm gonna make sure it aligns, and I hope that. All right, so we gotta jump this, we gotta jack this a little bit higher. You guys can see that? It's not entirely aligned, so we gotta jack it up a little higher. So, we're exposed right now. This is a completely naked wheel. So don't look! No, I'm just kidding around, you can look. But we do need to jack it up a little higher. I also gotta be very careful right now because I don't want this thing to like completely fall down. So what I'm gonna do is put the old tire just underneath enough. I don't know, that's just for my safety of mind. And now we gotta start jacking it up a little higher. So, say a little prayer. God, be with me as I do this right now. Let's get this done. So again, we're going up. Let's see. I'm going the way. Am I going the right way? No, I'm going the right way now. All right, so we're just continuing to jack it up again. Purpose was jacking this up a little higher is because that spare was a little too low for the spare to go on properly. So I want to jack it up a little bit more. Rain's really coming down now. You can probably see some of that coming down, which is cool. It's like, again, just super nice. And again, when you're doing this whole thing, you want to be careful, right? This whole thing at this moment could just collapse, but it's not. So that's why you gotta be, you don't want to be like under the car completely. That's why you see me like not really 100% under it. All right, so I'm hoping that should be enough. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. And Survey says. Okay. All right, so that one works. All right, so we got to jack it just a little bit more. We're going righty tighty on this one. Just a touch more, maybe one more turn. Boom! I think that's it, guys. All right, so let's see what we got here. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Tires on. Probably gonna have my assistant over here just help me press the tire up against the wheel. On the bottom part. So like right down here. Yeah, there we go. Then we gotta get these lug nuts in. So again, same type of thing. We're just making sure that we're gonna, I'm just putting these on for right now. But again, we do that in the star pattern. Why? Because we are stars. We're made of stardust, and well, that's what stars do, you know? Star shit. All right, we got these bad boys. Bad boys are on. Now we start tightening. All right, so you can let go briefly. And now we're going the opposite way, right? So righty-tighty. So we're starting with the bottom one. And we're going. And we're going. Until we can't be going no more. All right, I think that one's good for right now. Next one. Star pattern. Star pattern. Again, you gotta do the star pattern. I don't know why, but you just gotta do it. I think it has something to do with torque. Now, I took physics once in high school, and physics wasn't my strongest subject. So, I don't know what that says about anything. But then again, I took some pretty interesting classes back in high school. If I don't say so myself. All right, so we're getting the fourth one on right now. And again, I'm gonna have to do another what are these things called? Like tightening of these, right? So I'm just getting them on like kind of loosely right now. I really love the sound of the rain, like the pitter patter of it. I don't know, there's something about it. And then the smell, right? Because I was down there on the floor, on the ground. I was just like getting the scent of the rain, you know? So nothing really like it. All right, so all of these are on at the moment. Yep. All right, so now we're just tightening. So again, we're gonna loosen the jack just a touch right now. Purpose of that is so that we can again create some friction with the ground, which will enable tightening to be just a touch easier. And also a shout out to the big man, aka the higher power, because without his help, either A, I could have gotten struck by lightning at one point, or B, I don't know, this whole thing could have fallen apart. So gotta give the shout outs where they are in order. All right, so this is coming down, this jack's coming down just a touch. And I can already feel like the car, like the jack in and of itself is a little bit easier, in the sense of, you can just feel like the tire is starting to take on some of the weight. So again, we're getting back into our star pattern, and we're doing righty-tighty this time. So, one. There we go. So star. This one over here, that one's a little loose. Let's get back in. 2. All right, that one's good for right now. 3. 4. And bad boy number 5. All right, so I think we're at a good spot right now. Tire seems to be on. Luckily, the spare bad boy over here. Gotta give him a shout out for being the spare. You know what I mean? That's as they say in soccer, the 12th man. As they say in basketball, the 6th man. As they say in football, I don't know, because there's a fuck ton of players. Sorry for cursing. I just had to throw that in there. So yeah, we just finished the tire. I gotta take the jack out, and then once we do that, we gotta throw all this stuff in, and then get some dry. Oh, there's the thunder. Thunder's coming down. So This is like, you know those situations where it's like, oh man, this is like the worst possible situation? This is not one of those, because we're in a church parking lot. It was like 4 o'clock. We've only got thunder and lightning, and it just started just as I finished. So, I don't know what else to say, but keep up, thrive, and stay sexy. See ya.